After 16 million years, Tarkov released an update which actually made the game a little bit different. This is a Halloween event and it's a limited time thing only, but it's a little bit of fun for about 10-15 minutes before you realise that the event's really catered to people with a lot of money that can buy nods, and I'll tell you why in this video. And to be honest with you, I thought the Halloween event has been going on for the past few months because for some reason random players are able to fly around and kill people, so I thought they were turning people into ghosts randomly and I just weren't lucky enough. But nevertheless, I'm going to be covering everything about this update and if you should play it or not, which is completely your choice. You can make your own decisions. So we had this letter come out to all of us on Battlestate's social media, and it basically explained that Killer was writing a letter to his little brother, and his little brother's gone missing from factory and he's all over the place now, wreaking havoc and being angry, and he's dropped his sledgehammer. He hasn't got a sledgehammer anymore, and during this event he actually has a chance of spawning on every map with no sledgehammer. This sledgehammer has been changed to a brand new weapon, the scythe. You still can't pick it up, but it looks cool and he looks scary when he's running at you, and not only that, his health has been buffed because he's angry, so that makes you even more of a tank to kill. He's got 1900 health total, 240 on each arm and leg, so that is still the best way to kill him, by legging him, but an absolute pain in the ass nevertheless. And as I mentioned, Tagilla has gone missing from factory, but actually he hasn't gone missing from factory, he's just everywhere else as well as factory. And the spawn rates are quite high. Interchange has got a 33% spawn rate, and he spawns in the exact same locations that Killer does. Lighthouse, he has a 30% chance of spawning at the chalets or on the island. And then you've got Reserve, and he spawns in the exact same places as Gluhar does at a 33% spawn rate. You got Shoreline, which is a 35% spawn rate, and that is at cottages, and he's also spawning at east and west wing of the resort. And then you got Woods, which is 22%, one of the lowest in all of the maps. In fact, it is the lowest out of all the maps. He spawns at a few locations, the Scav Bunker and the Red House. Customs is 29%, spawns at Old Gas, Stronghold and Dorms. Factory is 30% and he can spawn anywhere on that map anyway, so just like where you would normally find him. And Labs as well on the first and second floor with 33% of the spawn rate. And on top of this, cultists have a chance of spawning in addition to Tagilla, so you can find them both on the map. They have a 10 to 20% chance of spawning on all maps except Labs. So this is a Halloween event. What else has happened? Well, at the start of a raid you go in and you get random buffs and debuffs as part of the Halloween event. Quite common, you will see yourself getting a debuff on your energy recovery, so you will get a terrible time finding food just so you can eat and carry on your raids, because a minus 0.1 is minus 6 on your energy bar. It does take a lot out of you, but it makes you think and conserve energy a little bit more, which is useful, I suppose, until the novelty wears off. And then you get also buffs like increased strength, increased vitality, decreased body temperature, even though that does nothing. All of those things, it's random each raid, and it changes throughout the raid as well. For example, you can gain poison, you can start bleeding randomly. It's really weird, but it's interesting until the novelty wears off, obviously. You also got a new headwear. This headwear is a spooky skull mask. It looks pretty cool actually. It will take a place of a helmet and contacts and everything. You can't wear anything with it. It's just a mask like the other Halloween masks that have become a common thing for scavs to wear nowadays. It looks pretty cool though, I do like it. And you've also got the pumpkins that light up the world back again, which is great because they're fun. Don't you just love putting them on and then you're tagged and cursed, because that's the thing now, so all the scavs will come running at you when you're wearing it. But you also have a chance to be tagged and cursed anyway as part of the Halloween event. So it's interesting, you do get a lot of action and you do get a lot of things running at you. Tagilla can be walking around with this mask on as well as the pumpkin head. I've seen it on Reddit, he's wearing one of them. Weird, but he could be wearing that instead of his normal mask, which is a cool thing to note. Also, if you were to go to Night Factory and go outside the forklift area and head towards the ramp that leads to the underground section, there are some boxes, and on top of that box is a slim grey weapon crate. If you go there at Nighttime Factory, that actually turns into an airdrop crate, and you can find tons of stuff in here. It's really useful to note. if you want to go there. There's tons of PvP around the area as well, but also with events comes non-legitimate players, so bear in mind, I've seen a few in just an hour and a half of playing. You can also find loose spawning pumpkins about the place, not the pumpkins that you wear on your head, but actual like plastic pumpkin boxes, and they can actually be taken out of raid. They're 2x2 in slots, and when they're in your stash you can right click on them and unpack them, just similar to how ammo boxes work. You can unpack them and food items come out of it, you know, sweets, candies, sodas, all that sort of stuff. So a nice Halloween treat for your PMCs. And then finally, you'd think that you'd be able to have a normal day and night cycle because, you know, some people don't like playing in the dark or some people can't afford nods. Well, no boys, no. If you were to go to escapefromtarkov.com/Halloween, there is a counter that goes up from 0 to 666,666. When it gets to that, every map goes dark. Even in daytime, it will go dark and thunder and lightning will start happening. It'll stay like this for about 20 minutes and then it will start the counter again, and it will rinse and repeat that cycle. It will say how many people are doomed, and once you get 666,666 doomed players, then everything goes dark. So make sure you've got flashlights on your weapons at the very least, or you've got a second screen open with a auto refresher on the web page to keep an eye on when everything is going to go dark, because trust me, it can really fuck up your play when you think you're going into a nice daytime customs with your friends and it's pitch black and no one can see shit because they use AMD graphics cards, and that's what they do good. They can't see shit. Also, if you're one of the lucky few to have a flare gun, there is a new poison flare in the game, and if you were to shoot this in the air, all scavs and all bosses around you will become friendly for a period of time. It's quite a small area, but can you imagine just shooting that off inside any map? Being able to command all the scavs to defend you if you need it? It's pretty good, and especially if the boss is nearby. You can either kill him by legging him once he's friendly towards you, or use him to kill other players for you. It's an interesting concept, but very little people have the flare gun, and even fewer people have that flare. So an interesting thing to look out for. And also you got dynamic lighting. On certain maps, mainly Lighthouse, you will be able to walk past lights and they will flicker on and off, you know, street lights and building lights and stuff like that, in a dynamic way. So when you get closer, they'll flicker or shut off randomly, just to give that little bit more immersion. Pretty cool feature. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think this event is going to develop much more from here. I hope it does, because it does get stale pretty quick. I've played for an hour and a half and I've pretty much seen everything. If you want to see it as quick as possible, go to Factory Nighttime and fight around that loot box area. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what Tagged and Cursed feels like. You'll see what Tagilla with his new scythe looks like pretty quickly. And you'll get the feel for pretty much everything. Last Halloween, I did enjoy the Cultists 100% on Factory Nighttime. That was a lot of fun, being able to defend yourself from that. But honestly, I feel like they've done a lot with this thing already. It just gets stale pretty quickly, and I don't know whether that's because of the influx of illegitimate players playing the game, which they admit themselves is a never-ending battle, unfortunately. But it's just one of those things that you to expect with Escape from Tarkov and games similar. But nevertheless, worth checking out 100%. Just make sure you have nods and a lot of money, and don't be like me and think, this game's pissing me off a bit, I'm going to take a break. But before I take a break, I'm going to sell everything or destroy everything so I have no stash. Because that was a shit move. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of this event down below in the comments. And if you did enjoy the video, a like's always appreciated. Subscribe for the algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.